Okay, hello and good day to everyone that is currently tuning in here at Phoenix Holdings. Once again, this is going to be your host for today's AMA, CH. And as mentioned, we're going to be having yet another exciting AMA, this time with a project called X Capital. And from the X Capital team, a familiar face or voice, I would say, is Alex, also from the Phoenix Holdings team, but right now he's going to be representing the X Capital team. So, Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome, my man. Thanks a lot for the quick intro. Hey, everybody. Pleasure to be here. Although, as I've said on the other side, I'm going to make sure that we have a friendly conversation. It's not going to be anything different. It's just that this time I'm representing the project and I hope to bring you guys the needed details and, yeah, pretty much to clear the fog on the why should I invest and is this a good opportunity for me?
Yeah, so guys, don't be confused. We don't have two AMA hosts. Well, technically we do, but one of us is going to be representing a project. So, without further ado, Alex, can you tell us a bit of something about yourself, about your crypto background history, and how do you end up working on this project?
Definitely, my man. Definitely. Well, when it comes to my particular crypto experience, I just to sum it up, I started about a year and a half ago. I didn't actually have any clue about crypto. I invested because I heard a guy talking about one of my good friends. I heard him talking about SafeMoon. I invested in some other project that I heard. It turned out to be a beautiful rug. The guy was doxed and video doxed and pretty much everything. It got liquidity got pulled, and I thought that was pretty much it. But through this guy and through some other people, I kind of started to digress into other chapters of the crypto space, met some people, started some communities, informed myself and researched some projects. And yeah, what can I say? A year and a half later, I'm here. I'm gonna state that I haven't actually done much investing lately. I've been nitpicking projects. I started with the AMA business. Let's say Phoenix was the one that actually got me into the AMA hosting business. So yeah, that's a bit about myself. How did I end up working with X Capital? Now, as you guys can probably figure out, I'm not actually a part of the core team. I think I've said this before. I will probably never be a part of any core team as a developer. For various reasons. I'm just gonna put it out just to state it. They actually heard me in some AMAs, and I heard one of their ideas and some of them their marketing strategies. We got in contact, and I said, "Listen, let's see what you guys are planning to do, and if and only if I feel confident enough to, let's say, to kind of try and help you guys, then we can probably start a collaboration." They were happy with my proposal. I was happy with their strategy, and yeah, that pretty much takes us here to our, I'm gonna say, probably third AMA for this particular project, and it's not gonna end here. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that probably when we start about the marketing and what do we plan to do. But yeah, that's how I got in touch with the team. And yeah, pleasant conversation so far. I know a bit about the project, and yeah, definitely, I look forward to bringing you guys the details.
Yeah, so guys, Alex definitely does all his research whenever he's going to be representing a project. So, Alex, Alex is bullish about this project, so that definitely shows you what kind of project we're going to be diving in today. So, speaking of the project that we got, X Capital. First of all, why the name X Capital?
Well, honestly, when it comes to the name, they didn't think about a specific correlation. Basically, the X is always, let's say, either the unknown or multiple factors. And in this particular case, it doesn't stand for the unknown. It takes for various reasons for people to earn. So, as you guys are going to understand when I'm going to go into the details of the project, it stands for multiple ways in which people can earn extra income. So I'm not gonna try and make this more than it is. It's probably gonna appear, pretty simple to you guys, but the team, throughout various research and due to various reasons, they thought this is the proper time for people to make, let's say, an additional income or additional ways of income through your standard, through your standard staking, your standard NFTs, NFT combined with your token staking, and so on and so forth. All of these, which represent viable, let's say, viable income platforms, combined into one with their own swap and so on and so forth. So I don't want to go into the utilities until you're going to probably pop the question, CH. But that's pretty much the correlation. So multiple ways in which people can gain capital. That's what pretty much X Capital stands for. And in regards to the team, and this is how they were introduced to myself. Although their KYC is, I'm not sure if it's 100% done already. The second KYC, they wanted to redo it due to some discussions with Solid Proof. So the first one was done through Solid Proof. They actually started on their second one. So at the moment, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if the first one is going to be revoked and they're going to do second one, or they're going to have two KYCs. I'm leaning towards the first option. I think they want to revoke the first one due to various reasons, which I don't know, but I can find out if that's very important to you guys. But how they were introduced to myself were under codes. So everybody has their X in front of the name. 0713 CEO, 0526 designer and marketing, 0623 web development, 1954 smart contract developer, 0004 marketing, and 0508 the mysterious guy. Those are their code names. That's how they wanted them to be introduced by me and towards the community with an X in front. So everything that I've said is pretty much X0713, X0526 to correlate with the project itself. That's just to give a bit about the background on the team as well, CH.
Okay, and going to your website, you had an interesting welcome message to say. So it's like a brand new DeFi 4.0 experiment. So what kind of experiment are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, the reason why they used experiment is because, and I'm probably going to state this throughout the AMA, nothing can be guaranteed. So, I mean, if I were, even me or even the team, if we were to state right now, listen, invest in us, invest in the project, invest in the team because it's going to give you 5x, 10x, whatever. Either we're going to set a false expectation, which is not the case. We've been there before. Each and every one of us has had this particular situation where we had promises and projects came to various communities and said, listen, we're going to do this and that. And in the end, it kind of turned to dust. So they wanted to pretty much state that it's going to be an experiment designed to make money through passion. Through that, I'm going to add that the project is made with the desire to attract people to join the project. I mean, this is the purpose of any concept. You build a concept, and then your purpose is to make as many people join your organization by offering them the utilities that we're going to talk about. The team is definitely determined to improve the particular ecosystem, and their main purpose through this project is to provide and guarantee that the money flow goes from the whales towards the middle class as well. Typically, when it comes to projects, you guys pretty much know that as well. Every single project has its own whales where they own a lot of capital. And at some point, people are concerned, what's going to happen if they sell? What if that particular wallet that's holding 10% and they bought at launch or pre-sale or whatever, what if they're going to sell? That means the price is going to dump and whatever, creates panic. So their idea was to kind of try and create a project where the money flow is going to be evenly distributed and to spread the concept amongst every investor that they can bring earnings to their wallet. After some months of research where they kind of observed pretty much what we've seen so far, that there's a whole lot of volatility in this space. I think I'm going to narrow it down to pretty much the last 4 months. Bitcoin, because that's the dominant piece in the space, has been going up and down with small margins. I think its highest was at 25.2, maybe. Its lowest was at 17, but that was super hard to touch. So within the last 4 months, we've seen a lot of volatility and people are scared. What's going to happen? Are we going to see a breakthrough, 25, 28, 32, 35, so on and so forth? Or are we going to see a downtrend, 22, 17, and even a lower? With this being said, the team actually thought that combined with the lack of security, which we've seen, unfortunately, throughout the space, either because there were exploits or because Luna, or because whatever other Solana or whatever other protocol happened to be either exploit or halted or various reasons, They will try to bring this particular ecosystem with as much safety as possible. Again, I'm not here to guarantee you guys that throughout this project 100% is going to be safe and no external exploits. As far as the team development, they try to make it as safe as possible. Development is done inside, so no outsource on the contract. Audit KYC is in progress, as I've mentioned. So they took the security measures to try and let's say diversify and not allow any other exploits. Now, if at a certain point in time, because you guys need to understand one thing when it comes to security, and probably I'm going to answer this question as well. When it comes to security, even at some point in time, NASA has been hacked. So I mean, if their security fail, everything is a bit faulty. Now the team is going to fight hard to prevent that, but I'm not here to guarantee anything. So definitely with the research and with the things that I'm going to mention, this is what they're going to try and prevent for as long as the project is going to live, for sure. So through this instability, through this volatility, and with trying to bring the additional security to projects, they thought, listen, let's build a project X Capital. This is going to come into place. It's going to be designed as an entire ecosystem that's going to serve the pool of investors and users throughout the dApps that have been and will continue to be developed and tested to make sure they're fully functional. This is their vision. That's why they created the project, and that's pretty much why they refer to it as an some sort of experiment. Although it's going to be designed as an ecosystem, we're going to experiment with various features, with various utilities to bring people as much earning as possible. Everything is definitely at some point going to be capped because we're trying to make this feasible for the long term as well. Let me know if this answers the experiment part, RC. Oh, sorry, RC, CH.
CH. Okay. But yeah, that's amazingly explained. And I think you kind of dive into the token itself, which is also good. But I think it would be better if we dive deeper in what exactly is the X Capital. So can you tell us a little bit more, or maybe a lot more, about what the X Capital token is all about?
Definitely. That's exactly why I tried to make some statements so we can probably, take the flow of the conversation towards the. So okay, you guys want to buy? What are you guys gonna purchase exactly? Well, I mean the ecosystem that I was referring to, the X Capital ecosystem, is gonna be divided into several utilities. Let's start with the first one, which is probably the one that you guys are hoping. We're hoping that you guys are going to use them more. It's going to be the XCap Swap, so their own swap platform that's going to offer some faster transaction speeds through. I heard from the team that they're going to tackle the problem with the nodes. I'm not very technical when it comes to nodes and so on and so forth, but I heard that private nodes can offer some additional guarantees. So maybe that's the way that they will offer the faster transaction speeds, lower transaction taxes. Definitely, maybe on BSC it's not really the case, but still, nobody said that they're not gonna expand on multi-chain. Maybe that's something for the future. And then automatic slippage for your on-the-go trading and reliability. So you heard about the good token. For example, I'm on the road right now, and CH DMs me and says, "Listen, you just buy X Capital right now. It's on whatever discount." I need to be fast on that, so I cannot afford to lose any particular margin on the price. I need that automatic slippage, because if I go into the swap and I need to set everything by myself, it's going to take some time. Maybe people are going to buy, maybe I'm going to miss that particular wanted margin. So that's one additional utility that we're going to bring on the XCap Swap. And once we're going to go into the taxes, you're going to see another feature that's going to try and incentivize you guys to use the XCap Swap even more. There's going to be a lockup dividend feature. What this means is that our native token can be locked and staked to earn USDT. USDT, stability, offering you guys and probably avoiding you guys to actually earn more XCap and swap that for USDT. You're going to be rewarded directly into the stable coin itself. There's an invite mechanism which will be emphasized throughout this AMA, throughout the future AMAs, throughout the post, throughout pretty much everything, because the project, as every single project should probably do, it's going to rely on the community, on the support of the community for the growth. And by doing that, we're going to offer the opportunity to share our build concept to other investors. Now, once one particular user is going to enter that platform, use our swap, generate income through the transaction, therefore binding their wallet. You guys know how to connect to a platform. So once they bind that particular wallet, you guys will earn 3% on each of their transactions. So if that's your referral, 3% of each of their transaction is going to go straight into your wallet. The more users you're going to invite, the more USDT you're going to earn. Now, once that particular wallet, as I've mentioned, is binded on the website, a low-class NFT is awarded. We're going to talk about our NFT mining as well, but take into account one referral, one transaction done means one XCAP NFT for you. At 50 user invites that have successfully traded, of course, on the platform, you're going to get a premium NFT. By doing so, we will try to maintain the cash flow and generate new investors throughout this circle of each and every one of us should invite more people to join. Those people do transactions, invite more, and so on and so forth. XCAP NFT, as I was mentioning, one of our third utilities. In total, there are 10 series. We covered 2 of them. So the low class one for 1 user, the premium one for 50 user invites. The other 8 series will constitute a total of 2,000 NFTs. That's going to be the total pool, total supply. It's not going to increase. So if those get sold out, no more. The only way you guys are going to be able to get one NFT is if someone sells it on our marketplace. And I'm going to go to that as well. Each of those 8 series, as I was mentioning, has its own hash rate. That particular hash rate will determine the amount of tokens that you guys can earn while staking that particular NFT on the mining pool. To purchase that particular series of NFT, you guys can join our website. It's gonna provide you with the NFT Origin box. It's 100 USDT for each and every one of those boxes, and you guys have no limit on that. So you can buy as many as you want. The purpose of that being that you're eventually going to stop once your hash rate is sufficient for you to earn. That could be from the first one, from the second, from the third, so on and so forth. Therefore, no particular limit. Now, you guys have the NFTs. You have our native token as well because you joined our fair launch, and you're thinking, okay, so now what? Now you can have you have the opportunity to join our NFT mine. So pairing your NFT with our native token, you can stake them and therefore earning more tokens. The long-term incentive here is that you have the NFT and the hash rate. You have our native token as well. So it pretty much gives you two particular ways in which you can earn more. For you to benefit from our NFT mine, there are some factors. So you need to stake a minimum of 1 million tokens and a maximum of 10. So min 1, max 10. A period of minimum 14 days and up to 30 days. Now, minimum 14 days, meaning it's locked staking. Locked staking means once you click that button, stake, you won't be able to withdraw unless those 14 days have run out. After that, you will be able to claim your earnings as well. Once you get to the maximum 30 days, your rewards will be capped. So 30 days, whatever goes after, if you didn't claim, nothing is going to be added more to your reward pool. So in order for you to gain more, at the end of the period of 30 days, you need to claim your rewards and redo the whole process of staking minimum 1 million XCAP tokens and your NFT. And that's just going to restart the cycle of gains. Basically, to understand your daily and your total earnings, the daily earnings would mean that your hash rate from the NFT is going to be divided by 1 million and multiplied by the staking amount. That's why you need the minimum staking amount of the tokens. And that's going to give you the daily XCAP earnings. The total earnings for each of the staking pairs would mean staking days times daily earnings. Those are pretty much simple formulas, in my opinion. I can type them in the chat if you guys want to, let's say, visualize, or you can join the white paper and you're going to see them there as well. And another...
Yeah, that would be better if you can. Because it's hard to just listen to numbers. So if you can see it, it's a lot easier.
Definitely. So gaining formulas. This is pretty much I've added right now. This is pretty much how they're calculated. I know it's easier to be visualized. And one more thing that I wanted to add on on this particular what are you guys getting into is the fact that at the beginning, as I've mentioned, once those 2,000 NFTs get minted or rewarded, depending on the type of NFT, the only way you guys are going to be able to obtain one, or maybe you want to sell yours, is going to be on our NFT marketplace. Initially, we will only allow XCAP NFTs to be traded there because we want to see what adoption do we have in total as a project. What's going to be the most useful project for you guys? What features do we have from the community as recommendations, and how much traction do we have on the NFT marketplace? At a later point in time, should it be the case, because right now, with the instability again, we need to face facts. It's not that easy to develop a project. So everything that it has been done so far, it has been done in bearish conditions. So at a later and better period of the market, we may consider other platforms to integrate our NFT. That's just a thought right now. It's just a speculation. Nothing is done. Or we may allow other collections to be added on our NFT marketplace, and of course, the transactions are going to benefit everybody. That's pretty much let's say a ballpark figure, CH, on the what are you guys gonna purchase, what can you do with the token, what can you do with the NFT, and why should you use our swap. On the swap, I just want to add one more thing as a comment from my side. Again, that shouldn't actually convince you of anything. It's up to you guys to decide for yourself. In my entire trading experience, a year and a half, I have only used PancakeSwap 2 or maybe maximum 3 times. One of them was my first ever transaction, because that's the only one that was the only one that I knew. Everybody was like, buy on PancakeSwap, buy on PancakeSwap. I was like, what the hell is that? So that's how I actually made my first purchase. The second time was when my usual platform failed. I have no idea why, but the only platform that would allow me to sell a token was PancakeSwap. And the third one was because I wanted to compare the speed between all three that I ever used. I have only used PooCoin once, and the one that I've always used was Bog.finance. You may ask me why? Why am I crazy enough to use only Bog? Or what was the choice? It's because I was feeling the most comfortable with it. So what I'm stating by this is that XCapSwap is not going to look over to kind of denigrate or try to gain monopoly over PancakeSwap or Bog or PooCoin or whatever other exchange or swap. They're going to try to coexist as an ecosystem, as a platform, as a solid market competitor. And should you guys feel the same as I felt about Bog, I loved it from the beginning. Rest assured, more features will be added, and definitely more traction will be gained throughout the platform, throughout the swap. Let me know if I made the statement clear, CH, and if you want to go deep into any other feature.
Yeah, I'm just quite curious about the transaction speed. Like when you say transaction speed, because that's something I haven't personally dived into when comparing swaps. I mean, personally for me, I just use PooCoin because you can see the chart in it, and it's much simpler. And like you, I just gotten used to it. When you say transaction speed, does it really make that much of a difference in terms of like the timing? Is it that much a time delay?
Well, when it comes to XCapSwap, the team definitely hopes it will do. And just to take things into comparison, the fastest one that I've had so far, and again, this is just me, take into account that that you can add custom RPCs to BSC as well that could impact your transaction speed. So a lot of other variables to be taken into account, such as your internet connection, you're using a Wi-Fi or cable, the custom RPC, and so on and so forth. But assuming each and every one of us has the same settings done, the fastest one for me was Bogged, and I traded on all three of them at the same time. We hope to align and to make XCapSwap be, if not at better, at least within the same speed. Of course, the ideal goal here would be to make it faster than others, so that people cannot actually complain that our swap is not working because of the speed. We guaranteed something. And again, I'm gonna let's say approach this only as much as I can tell, because again, maybe some things I shouldn't even mention. The way in which transactions are, let's say, impacted, their speed is impacted, is running them through variable nodes. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. There are a couple of them that are, I think, over 50,000, and those are, the real deal. To put things into perspective, that's how you build a sniper. So don't think that snipers are made on their usual RPCs and nods. They're being built on custom RPCs and custom nods, exactly because you need to front run all other transactions. If I knew how to build that, then yeah, probably I wouldn't be here. But Bog actually has one of those, and they've developed it like mad. That's why I've loved them, because they run on private nods. And I understood from the team they will be tackling this particular area to try and develop as much as possible, and therefore offer that particular speed on the transaction. Is it an issue right now for others? I have no idea. For me, it hasn't. But think about it this way: what if you join our XApp swap? You want to make a transaction, and it's going to take twice the amount of time that it's going to take you on PooCoin. You're going to say, okay, so what's the benefit? And we want to definitely, that needs to be avoided.
Yeah, definitely. Twice the amount of speed is a good thing to hear in terms of swap. And one thing that I'm sorry, if I keep comparing this to PooCoin because that's the thing I usually use. And to be honest, I do have some issues with PooCoin, but comparing what PooCoin has to what X Capital is going to be having. So PooCoin has this chart in the swap itself, and it shows the history of transactions that specific token is have or currently having. Will XCap also have that in its swap, or is it just gonna be like a pancake swap where it's just the basics gonna be shown in there?
At first, it's going to be the pancake swap way of doing things, and actually the bogged way of doing things, because they both have the same let's say the same UI, some sort of similarity there. Because, and this is what I've understood, you guys can correct me via text or whatever if I'm wrong. For that particular feature, the history of transactions to be implemented, you need, as a swap, a certain amount of volume. So until our swap in our platform reaches that volume, I don't think it can be offered as a visual factor. Definitely a thing to be taken into account, and that's why I love having AMAs on multiple communities, because we learn so many things that the users might actually feel worthy and might actually benefit from. As I've mentioned, and this is again, you're kind of making my point. I'm using Bog just because I'm feeling more comfortable with it. You're using PooCoin, and yet the most popular swap in BSC is PancakeSwap. None of us are using it. And again, I'm not flooding it. I'm not stating it's not good. It's just that I feel more comfortable with one. You feel more comfortable with the other. And we hope that our pool of traders and investors will have the same ideology, just related to XCap swap. That's the purpose of implementing this particular swap.
Okay, I see. I mean, I guess you're not gonna have everything at once, but of course, it's gonna be a slow. I wouldn't say slow, but progressive development. But the swap is going to be the priority, which you would say is the faster transaction speed, which is obviously the thing that should be prioritized, because you want it to be the transactions to be in real time as much as possible. So let's go to the fees. So using the swap from XCap, will it incur any fees at all for using it?
Well, at first, and this is again, as a first, I'm gonna say beta run of the platform. What I can state in regards to the fees on the particular swap is related only to our native token. So, and again, I'm gonna expand so that this makes sense to everybody. Incentivizing people to use our native platform is actually a dual incentive, because we want them to start trading our native token first, and therefore joining the ecosystem and the rewards pool. What do I mean by that is this: if you guys are planning on using PancakeSwap to trade XCap, you guys are gonna be looking at a 14% buy fee and 16% sell fee. With the similar distribution, 10% out of that goes to mine pool, 4% and 6% goes to marketing. So that's if you want to trade our native token on PancakeSwap, because as I've mentioned, you feel more comfortable with that. However, if you want to join the pool and you want to actually start using our XCap swap because of what I mentioned, or because you want to see how it goes, or because of what I'm gonna mention right now, you're gonna get 12% buy, 12% sell tax. 5% is going to go to the dividend pool. Remember, there are two types of staking. So native token staking and a mining pool. So this 5% goes to the original native staking, 4% to marketing, and 3% to the invite. The commission that I was referring to initially, that's how we plan to sustain it additionally and to make everything possible. So our swap is, first of all, the incentive to join the ecosystem that we're building, and therefore these are the taxes that are going we're going to implement at first. When it comes to the other taxes, so for example, what are we going to implement further? Maybe we're going to add, I don't even know, other projects to the swap. Those taxes are still to be defined and announced. I don't have the full perspective on that one, CH, because I know that was the question. I don't have the full perspective on what other projects will be added and how will other users trade them.
All good, man. I think we got the information that is needed. And I guess I have a few more questions before we get to community questions. One last question I probably have about the token is in regards to the utility of the token itself, because since the main, what I can see is the flagship utility of this token is going to be the swap itself. Second would be the NFTs. So, what would be the purpose of having the native token?
Well, I mean, at first, as a first starting utility, you get the token. In order to join the let's say the full ecosystem and to be able to build, you need the token. So whatever you want to do, you want to stake for USDT, you need the token. Eventually, I mean, I think the only thing that you can do, uh, and not even that, because if you want to trade on the platform, you need the token. If you want to stake with the NFT on the mine, you need the token. So all of the utilities will actually need the native token per se, um, combined, either combined or by itself. So you can stake it alone, earn USDT, the lockup dividend feature, or you can combine it with the particular NFT and therefore stake it into the mining pool. Those are the first, let's say three maybe utilities thought about. And as you've said, it's a progressive system. So I wish I was able to share with you guys more on what is going to be built from now in 4 months, in 6 months, in a year. But it all comes down to the community as well, because as you've said, CH, and as others said in previous AMAs, the community will be the one that's going to help the most, because we, as the team, they see things from their own perspective. So this is how we're going to build the ecosystem. I'm not here to present it as much more than it is, or at less than what it is. It's exactly what I've mentioned so far. At some point, the adoption is going to kick in. We're going to be live on the market, launched, swap, mining, marketplace, NFTs, everything. And the community, some of the community members will think, okay, what if we need on the platform a stop loss? Because I want to make sure, let's say, I can sell in my sleep. So I'm going to add a stop loss. More votes on that means the team needs to get on board, or will get on board with that, and eventually implement that particular feature. Stop loss, eventual trailing stop loss, as you said, history of transaction, its own widget for the charts, and so many other things. But done and try to be done in a different way. Because if we were to copy the full, let's say, the full ideology of PancakeSwap or Bogged or Poolcoin or whatever, then at the end, you guys will probably wonder. So in the end, it's just Poolcoin, but named XCAP Swap and with a native token. So definitely, these questions need to be halted, let's say, in the future, by allowing the team to do things differently. So to sum up the question, yes, these are the utilities for now. More to be built in the future, definitely. Roadmap is still to be updated with what comes next. So what I can say is, unless you're not still decided on joining, or maybe you don't know if this is for you, keep an eye on the social media, because more announcements are going to come for sure.
I see. I guess anyway, right now I think we can just jump into the community questions unless you wanted to add anything else, Alex.
Well, I mean, I don't know if people are gonna ask. I'm not gonna sit too long here for the usual
Yeah.
roadmap. I mentioned the
Yeah.
KYC is in progress, and then audit is done by CoinScope as well. Certificate is listed. One thing that I wanted to actually inform you guys is on the tokenomics for you to understand how that is built. And from there on, we're going to go to the questions. um, 10 million total supply. That's the total supply of the token. 10% in the pre-sale, 4.85% in the liquidity, 2% team, 2% marketing and airdrop, 81.15% on the mining pool. Feasibility thought for the long term. So by allocating most of our supply to the mine pool, again, that's how the team envision it. They're going to try and make this sustainable for the true long term. That's the only thing that I wanted to add right now. In the ending statement, I'll make sure you guys know how to jump on board and socials and so on and so forth.
Okay, so I guess we can go ask some people some questions right now. So let's go with our first question from Sissy Jitters. You're allowed to speak. Please ask your question, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to talk about the connection of the wallet and the website. So I want to know if there's gonna be any tax fees you're gonna take for connecting the wallet, or perhaps something that's, well, if investors connect your wallets, they could be taking up 0.000.2 BNB or something like that just for connecting their wallets. And I want to know if there's gonna be a mobile app to for this instead of coming to the website, try to see all these utilities and stuff. If there's gonna be a mobile app for that too.
Definitely good questions, unheard of. So I mean, the tax for connecting the wallet, not as far as I'm aware of, because I mean, unless you connect the wallet but you're not doing any transaction, I don't think there's a swap that's going to charge you strictly for that. So no, I'm going to state no. No tax simply for connecting. Once you do the transactions, then taxes will be occurring. As far as the mobile application goes, that's a bit trickier, and let me share why. First of all, I mean, I think it's almost in progress as a concept right now. Um, needs first of all a lot of features still to be tested. It's not going to be available that easy. I don't know if you guys know this, but Apple Store and even Play Store, they have a 30-day policy. Once the application is done, and they actually agree to list them there, they have another 30-day as a policy for it to be listed. So again, and I'm gonna just speculate here, I'm not sure if the team actually is within that stage right now to fully implement the application and to get in touch with Google and Apple. But definitely one idea for the future. In the end, right now, as I'm mentioning it, adoption and let's say yeah, I'm gonna stick to adoption. I think it's the best word to emphasize what I'm trying to state. Adoption will probably be the keyword and the key factor within future development. To launch an application, but then to figure out that most of the people are more comfortable with the website will mean a lot of work and a lot of let's say extra effort for nothing. So definitely, we're gonna take the community feedback on this as well. But yeah, more to state on that one. I think it was CC Jitters. And I hope I was able to answer both of your questions, my man. Thank you for them.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I really appreciate the utilities you have here. Just kind of like I wanted to know about the taking of the percentage from the connection of the wallet, because I actually connected my wallet to some other project, and then it's kind of like it was a real project like yours, and then they promised a lot, and then after some time my everything in my wallet was kind of like gone and stuff like that. So based on that security aspect and then the percentage collection, I just wanted to know if it's safe for investors.
Definitely, my man. Definitely. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been where you are. I've had similar situations. One of them probably is the biggest one. I'm not gonna mention who it is and how much I've lost. Doesn't even matter. The thing is this. Once you connect your wallet, once the website in particular is requesting you to connect the wallet, if it's only requesting you to give um, let's say access to the funds, but access only to view the funds, no actual access to process them, um, until proven otherwise, everything is safe. So I'm not talking only about my presentation right now and X Capital. In general, once a project is stating, and I think there are different MetaMask notifications. But the probably the most harmful one is allow this particular website or protocol to access your funds and approve transactions. Once it says approve transactions, it means that at a certain point, every one of its buttons can probably be a malicious threat. Now, again, I had this particular situation, but you needed to, in my particular case, I needed to access a different section of the website as it was, as I was instructed by them. Can I state that everything is 100% sure? At the moment, the team did everything that they could to put this into place with 100% security. Is hacking a variable? I mean, sure, where isn't hacking a variable? Everything can be hacked, unfortunately. And to state why I'm saying this, I'm not stating that X Capital is not safe. As I just mentioned, the team did everything they could to make it safe. But at some point, as I've mentioned, NASA, I think even Microsoft, maybe even Yahoo, other platforms were hacked as well, because that's an industry that gets a huge amount of money to be developed. So you may believe it or not, there are some articles online by reputable people stating just in 2017, I think it was, or 2018, about $500 million was digressed and invested into hacking to develop it. It's needed as a let's say as a niche. So just to sum up, it's safe. It's as safe as it can get for now. The team is going to fight every external malicious, let's say, protocol. And the purpose behind this is definitely not to rug, not to pull liquidity, not to run away with the money, but to allow people to add an extra income to their to their wallet.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I like your honesty. I appreciate that. Well done, man.
Thanks,
Okay,
man.
thank you so
Definitely.
much for the question. Yeah, and wonderful question, CC Jitter. So we can go on to the next question. Let's go with. Wait, I saw someone here. Okay, Tom Cruise, you're allowed to speak. Please ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please
Thank you
ask
very
your
much for this
question.
opportunity. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My question is this. Once a new user concerning the project, I went through a white paper and I saw that everything was being stated correctly. But I still had to figure something out. And it says, once a new user binds to my wallet, what will be the reward for the invitees? And what is the maximum amount of your token and your NFTs? You get the question?
I think I do. So let me try and restate it and correct me if I'm wrong. What is the amount of income basically that you guys are gonna get from the referrals? But I didn't get the
Yes,
second
sir.
one in
Yes, sir.
regards to the NFT.
Yes, sir. What, like, once a new user, and what is the maximum amount of your tokens and your NFTs? Do you get it?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna try and answer it, and you let me know at the end if it makes sense or if I need to add anything else. As I've said, for the referrals, for the referral part of our protocol, uh, once I'm going to take you as an example, you refer me to the platform, I register to the platform, I connect my wallet to it, and I do my first transaction. From there on, from the first transaction on, you're going to get 3% of that total value. No matter how much I trade, 3% is going to go straight to you, offered as USDT. Once I do that, you're also going to be rewarded with a common NFT. That's a low class, let's call them NFT. Once you get to 50 people like me that connected the wallet and did transactions, aside for the 3% commission, you're going to get a premium NFT as well. Those can, of course, be staked on their end. But they're going to have the low class, I mean, NFT is going to have a very low hash rate. So the ROI is going to be small. There are going, and this is where I'm going to touch, I think, the second part of the question. There are 10 series of NFTs in total. Two of them we just discussed are the referral ones. There are an additional 8 in total, issuing a total of 2,000 NFTs, no more to be minted afterwards. Once you get the NFT, you can stake it amongst with the token and earn rewards. Let me know if I answered the question or maybe I missed something.
I think that's all good. Thank you so much for your question, Tom Cruise. And yeah, let's go on to the next
Okay,
question.
man. Thank you, CH. Thank you, CH.
Okay. So next question, we go to Flashman. You're allowed to speak.
Hey, sis. Hey, Alex. Can you
Hey,
hear
Cheers,
me?
man.
Flashman.
Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. This is really a great project. And my question I would like to ask, on your NFT marketplace, do you have a royalty features mechanism for selling NFTs? If so, what is the highest percentage of royalty can an NFT seller sell his or her NFTs? Did you get that?
Um, yeah, just to make sure, royalties on the NFTs.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I want to make sure that I get it. So, what do you mean by royalties, as a concept?
Yeah, I mean, do you have a royalty feature mechanism for selling NFTs?
Well, I mean, and again, maybe I'm not understanding this correctly, but I'm going to try and answer it still. Let's say the purpose of you selling your NFT would be, first of all, either you minted more. So, and this is where the initial limitation on our XCAP NFT is going to be on the platform. You minted more than one. So you get your common one, you get your premium one. Those are from the referrals. Now, you also wanted to mint an additional three. One of them has the hash rate that you're looking for. You calculate your earnings and you're happy with that. The other two, you can sell them on our NFT marketplace, and maybe someone else buys them because they think the hash rate is sufficient. In terms of royalties, I'm not sure what exactly, let's say, answer should I give, but there's no additional benefit aside for you selling the NFTs or trading the NFTs once the collection is minted or once you found the one that you're looking for. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to say, would there be any difference in the price of the NFT if the holder decided to mint it for token instead of selling it on a marketplace? Hope you get it.
Well, I mean, the way that you can get the NFT, the way that right now so as I've said, you can get two NFTs by referrals. Taking that aside, the way that you can get the NFTs is by purchasing them with USDT. So 100 USDT for every Origin box, and there's no limitation on that. Um, so yeah, I mean, you purchase them with USDTs. You can sell them on the platform. I don't even know. I mean, is there a difference? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to respond to that. So if I don't get the question, maybe I don't get the full question. Yeah, just restate it, and I'm gonna ask the team. Maybe I don't know the full details.
Yeah. Okay. But for that being said, I think that we should cut off the question because we wanted to make a room for more questions. But thank you so much for your questions. So let's go to. I guess we can. Yeah, we have maybe one or two more questions we can cover. Let's go for Oh, this one. Mason Ono. Please ask your question. Hello.
You hear me?
Oh, hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Wait. You're kind of
Can
cutting
you hear
off.
me?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
How about now? How about now?
Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm not sure what happened with the voice, but let me choose another question. But this time on the main chat, so to give chance for the others as well, because we're choosing way too many people within the VC. But before that, can you tell us more details about the resale? Because I don't think we have covered that yet.
Definitely, my man. Definitely. I actually wanted to let you know that I saw Mason's questions as well. If you want, I can probably quickly tackle those. They were written on the chat as well. When it comes to the how can you guys get on board? If you feel that what I've mentioned is of interest to you, or you did your research and you think this is the proper one, you can actually join our fair launch. Fair launch is going to start tomorrow. First of all, maybe this was going to be one of the questions, maybe not. Doesn't even matter. It's going to be a fair launch because fair launches don't actually give limitations. The soft cap for this one is 10,000 USDT. It can go as high as it goes. Doesn't even matter. Um, as a start date, it's going to start in 20 hours. So that, per my calculations, would be 12 p.m. 12 p.m. UTC. Gonna start on tomorrow. Gonna be live for 5 days until the 20th of August, and after that, 24 hours after that, it's gonna be the launch. So yeah, that's how you guys can get on board. Let me know, CH. I think I lost them. Maybe I can find them again. Do you want me to try and tackle the questions? Yeah, I think I see
Yeah,
them.
if you
Let me know if you
can.
want to try.
Yeah, just a quick one because I just realized that we're kind of running out of time. So right after that, we can just start wrapping up the AMA.
Definitely, my man. Definitely. Well, Mason wanted to know, and I'm sorry for the connection issue, my man. Will there be a time limit for staking, unstaking the NFTs? Definitely. I've mentioned this. So the minimum is 14 days. Once you stake, you can't do anything for 14 days. Eventually, the team will think about an unstaking, maybe penalty or some sort of feature. But for now, minimum staking period 14 days, maximum 30 days. If you don't unstake after 30 days, your rewards are going to be capped. So nothing else is going to be added for the 30 days. Therefore, trying to gain more traction for people to be more active and not staking there and leaving them, for half a year. Each cycle takes basically minimum 14 days, max 30 days. Second one, how do you plan to create constant interest to prevent your NFTs from getting lost? Do you plan on partnership with various celebrities? Not that I'm aware of. The way that this project is being built is not to be a pump by some random. Because think about the industry. We're not looking. The team is not looking to be developed as a meme token. So we're not going to be looked as a someone's going to call them. Chart is going to go up. Everybody sell. Bam! It goes down, and no raise awareness. How do we plan to create constant interest for the NFTs? Well, strictly by following the ecosystem and by developing further utility along the line, according to the adoption, according to what the community has as a feedback, and how the system is going to be developed in a progressive way. Can I guarantee to you guys that, or can the team guarantee anything? We can guarantee, and that's one guarantee that I can make, is that they're going to fight for this project to be as good as I've mentioned it for now, and even better. That's a guarantee. They're serious. They want to make it within the space, and they're not looking to make a quick flip. That's pretty much what sums up the questions from Mason. CH, as you said, if you want, we can probably go towards the ending statements. I don't actually mind. And
Yeah.
for the other people, I saw a lot of questions. What I would state is, if you guys still feel that through the CMA, through the documentation, through the white paper, those weren't answered, jump on board. You have the socials in the post. Phoenix Holdings, as always, is kind enough to add everything as details. Jump on board, ask the questions, and they will be answered.
Okay, that being said, thank you so much for answering all the questions of the communities, and also for myself as well. I mean, as much as I wanted to cover more of the community questions, unfortunately, we're kind of running short on time, so it's just about time for us to wrap up the AMA. So that being said again, so can you tell us just a short summary on what XCAP is all about and why people should be investing in it?
Definitely, my man. Definitely. Well, I mean, first of all, and I'm going to state this, thanks a lot for hosting. Thanks for being a great host, asking the exact questions that, to hit the spot, as I like to call it. Again, I know you probably had others as well. I know probably the community had. If you want, you're more than welcome, to each and every one of you, to join our the Telegram, and they will be answered there. Thanks to everybody who took time out of their Sunday to join the AMA, to listen to me and CH have this friendly talk. Why should you guys jump on board? Well, if my presentation wasn't enough, if you think you have what it takes to, let's say, to jump on board and fight this long-term concept that we're trying to build, and fight it along with us to develop it more, then definitely that's the opportunity. NFTs have utility. Token has its native utility. More future plans, definitely. Marketing, you guys are going to probably see more calls and more posts and more AMAs throughout the space for X Capital. Feel free to ask me at any point in time if you have any doubts or second guesses. Fair launch is going to start tomorrow, 12 p.m. UTC. Going to be live for 5 days. And as a quick ending statement, it's definitely up to you guys. I'm not a salesperson. I wanted to present you guys this in a biased way. Just because I liked the concept doesn't mean that you need to like it. Just because I'm going to invest in a project doesn't mean you need to invest in it. It's definitely up to you guys. That's why you keep hearing it's not a financial advice. Do your own research and so on and so forth. The team specifically wanted me to mention this. Be your own master in the end. Basically, by doing the research, you need to face facts that your decisions will be accounted for only by you. Nobody's going to judge if you invest. Nobody's going to judge if you didn't. Each and every one of us knows what it's best for their funds, for their capital, and for the long term. I hope I was able to be as explicit as I thought I would be. Thanks to everybody who joined. Thanks for being such a great host, CH. And yeah, what can I say? We're definitely gonna hear from each other soon.
Definitely. So, guys, please join XCAP on their Telegram group for the latest updates. And wonderfully ended with that statement. Always do your own research. I mean, even the best traders in this space gets rugged. We're all prone to that. So, yeah, just be careful in whatever you invest in. But of course, it gives you a better trust knowing that the people under X Capital, especially Alex, is representing it. But Alex himself is saying that not to go 100% in any projects, regardless on how much you trust that person giving that feeling, that kind of project. So Alex, I guess that's all from me as well. Thank you so much for allowing your project to be hosted here on an AMA at Phoenix Holdings. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you again on the next AMA. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, CH. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the Sunday.